to today's lesson. Remember in our previous class, we discussed we defined the topic fraction. Now what is fraction? Fraction is simply defined as part of a whole. And if you can remember, in our previous class, we mentioned the type of fraction, types of fraction. What are the types of fraction? Basically, there are three types of fraction. Number one is proper fraction, and number two is improper fraction, and then number three is mixed fraction. So come with me and let's solve some examples in fraction. Number one, we have simplified. Of course, we are starting with addition of fractions. As you can see, after the addition of fractions, we'll go to subtraction of fractions, and then multiplication of fractions, and so on. So we are starting with addition of fractions. In this case, as you can see, this is 2 over 3 plus 1 over 4. Now we are asked to add up this fraction. So to add fractions, two fractions, we have one on the left and one on the right. And they are separated by addition sign. So what do? We'll simply look for the LCM of 3 and 4. You can remember basically we started with LCM and HCF. So we can know how to solve fraction. So we'll go back to LCM. We'll look at what we did previously in LCM. Now to get the LCM of 3 and 4. That's what we are going to do now. We look for the LCM of 3 and 4. Do it on a separate, on a rough sheet. On a rough paper, we have 3 and 4. And then when we divide 3 and 4, the smallest number that can divide 3 and 4, or any of them, or only 4, is 2. So you take your 2 divide 3. Of course, you cannot, there will be remainder. So you bring down the 3. What do you do next? Say 2 divide 4. You have 2. What do you do again? It's one number that can divide, it's still 2. 2 dividing 3, we have bring down the 3 because there will be remainder. For 2 dividing 2, we have 1. So in this case now we are left with no other number than to divide with 3. So we divide here with 3. 3 will divide 3, you have 1, and then you have 1 again. And at this point we have gotten 1 and 1, so we can't proceed further. This is the last point. What we are going to do next is to multiply the numbers. Multiply these numbers, starting from the top number to the bottom number, by saying 2 times 2, this 2 times this 2, then times this 3. So 2 multiplied by 2, multiplied by 3. What will simply give us is 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. So 12 is our LCM. Now we'll go back to our solving page. Bring this 12, rule a line, then simply bring the 12, which is LCM, under. That's the first step. As you can see, it's simple. Then we move to the second step. Second step involves using the denominator to divide the LCM. Remember I told you previously, this is the numerator, this is the denominator. Or you call it the top number and bottom number. Numerator, denominator. Numerator, denominator. Top number or bottom number. It's either you call it numerator or you call it top number. Or you call this one denominator or bottom number. We call it this top number, or you call it denominator, top number or numerator. Why we call this bottom number? Bottom number or denominator. So you can see, we are going to divide this bottom number with the LCM. So to divide the bottom number with the LCM, we say 3 divide 12. 3 people are to share 12 oranges. What will they get? It's simply 4. Once they get 4, we use the 4 and multiply the top number. 4 times 2 will give you 8. We are done with the left hand side. bring down your addition sign. Then move to the right hand side. Move to the right hand side. Let me clean this so that we don't get confused. The right hand side now will have 4 as the bottom number. Then we'll have 12 as the LCM. So what do we do? We simply say 4 divide 12. 4 friends are to share 12 oranges. What will they get? It's simple. 4 divide 12 will give you 3. So 3, each of them will be getting 3. That 3 multiplied by the top number, which is 1. So 3 times 1 will still give you 3. So you write your 3 here. So we are done with the second step. So the third step now is to add and then divide. That's our third step. Is to add and divide. So 8 plus 3 will give you 11. 8 plus 3 will give you 11. Put your division sign back and write what? Your 12. So this becomes our answer. Now, in some cases, we can still break it down. But in this case, we can't break it down. The reason is that this is a proper fraction. And once you solve or you simplify a fraction, and then you arrive at your answer, if your answer is proper fraction, then there is no need to break it down further. It can't be possible to break it down further. When you have an improper fraction, you can break it down. I will say that again. After solving a fraction, and then you have the final answer as a proper fraction, then there is no need to break it down again. But when you arrive at the final answer to be improper fraction, then you can break it further into smaller digits. So you can see fraction is simple. So we'll take the next example. Let's take the next example. We have to simplify 3 over 4 plus, okay, let me take this, 2 over 3 plus 3 over 5. We have 2 over 3 plus 3 over 5. If you look at this, 2 over 3 plus 3 over 5, we will follow the same procedure. We will solve example 1. Follow the same procedure. Then we'll solve the previous example. We'll simply go to a rough paper and look for the LCM of 3 and 5. Write your 3 and your 5. So what will be the LCM of the LCM? Simply the LCM of 3 and 5. There's no number that will divide 3 and 5. So we look for a number that can divide one of the numbers. We'll start from the small number, which is 3. Write your 3. So 3 divide 3, you have 1. So 3 divide 5, there's going to be a remainder. So you bring down the 5. Now that we have 1 and 5, we are left with only the big number, which is 5. So we divide with 5. 5 divide 1, put down your 1, say 1. 5 divide your 5, 5 to sharing 5 is still 1. So our LCM now becomes 3 times 5, which is equals to 15. So you come here and bring the LCM under. Remember, that's the first step. That's the first step. Then the second step is to divide the bottom number here with the LCM. Divide the bottom number with the LCM. How do you do that? Say 3 divide 15. 3 people have to share 15 oranges. So when 3 divide 15, you will have 5 as your answer. If 3 have to share 15, you have 5 as your answer. So that 5 multiplied by the top number. Remember, that's what we did in the previous example. The 5 times the top number, which is 2. 5 times 2 will give you 10. So you write your 10 here. And then add your addition sign. We are done with the left hand side. The addition sign. Then you move to the right hand side rather. We are done with the left hand side. We are done with this side. So we move to this side. We are done with this side. We move to the right hand side. Then 5 divide the LCM. 5 people have to share 15 oranges. They'll be getting 3. So what do we do? Say that 3 multiplied by the top number here. 3 multiplied by this top number here will give you 3 times 3. That is this 3. 5 divide 15 will give you 3. So we mean 5 divide 15 will give you 3. That is this 3 here. Then we'll multiply it by the top number here, which is 3. That is this 3 here. I hope you understand. So 3 times 3 will give you equals to 9. So write down 9 here. And then add up the numbers, which is the third step. Say 10 plus 9 will give you equals to 19 over this 15. At this point, here we have improper fraction. Here is improper fraction. Why is improper fraction? Because the bottom number is smaller than the top number. In proper fraction, the top number is usually smaller than the bottom number. But in improper fraction, the bottom number is usually bigger than the top number. I will repeat that again. In proper fraction, the top number is usually smaller than the bottom number. While in improper fraction, the bottom number is usually smaller than the top number. So in this case, we have improper fraction. So we can break it down further by saying 15 divided by 19. How many 15 can we get there in 19? It will go once. So we break it down and have one whole number. When you remove 15 from 19, what will remain? You have 4. You have come remainder 4. That is 15 will go into 19 once. And then you have 4 remaining. 4 over this 15 here. That becomes our final answer. So we have broken it down to one whole number, 4 over 15, to be our final answer. You can see fraction is very simple. I'm sure you're enjoying it.